Wait, hold on. It's ready now. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, I hope all is doing well. We are starting our second board of directors meeting in preparation of our association meeting that will take place in 2 weeks. What's that actual date,
19th.
Yvonne?
19th.
The 19th. Okay, good. So tonight is our little working section in terms of the things that we're going to discuss. And also, we'll always save a little time for anyone that shows up on the call, and if there's something that you want us to discuss or even bring to the meeting. I haven't, I guess what we can do over this time period is I didn't put we can start working on the agenda um, for Thursday on the 19th. So I guess what we can do is one of the things that we would do is just kind of open up. Do we have minutes from the last meeting, Junior? Or something
I do
that
not. I do
action
not.
items that we can read off or something?
I do not, but I can try to pull it up right now. When you said the last meeting, you're talking about the last HOA meeting or the last board of directors meeting?
Last association meeting.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we'll just talk about, we'll hit from a very high level what we discussed. We won't go into any details, but what we'll do is I'm making a note of this now here.
Yeah, so I have the PowerPoint. You want me to share the screen, or you want me to and you can tell me go slide by slide, or what do you want me to do?
You've got the you have it. You can share it.
Okay, let me do that.
Okay, so we will do a recap, if you will, of let's see here. Go to the next slide, Junior. Okay, so we will look at. Let me write this down. Slide number 4. All right, let's look at 5. Okay, updates where we talked about the lawn service, renewed contract, pool management, holiday decorations, removed trees. Okay. All right, next slide. Junior.
It's moved to the next slide. It's just a slight lag.
Okay. So, okay. So let's see, tennis court resurface, streets paved, and HOA dues remain at 500. Okay, next slide.
The next few slides are just about the HOA.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, June, you can take that off now.
Okay.
So what we will do is, so that will be our recap. Basically, Junior, we'll use slides 4, 5, and 6. That's all that you need to put up there for that. And
Okay.
that's just bringing the community up to speed. If they have any detailed questions, we'll save that for the very end for that. And I think you posted in Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah.
So can they go backwards in Facebook and look at history?
Yes.
Okay. And so if we need an explanation on that, we'll get you to stand up and kind of talk about that.
Definitely. One second, Arthur. I just want to welcome the viewer who's actually watching. If you have any questions, you can ask questions on via the Q&A on the right-hand side, and we'll answer them during the meeting or after the meeting. Thank you. Sorry,
Yep.
Arthur.
No problem. Good deal. Just keep chiming in when we have viewers out there. Okay. So we've got the welcome. We've got the recap. Once we go into after the recap, then we can go into community updates. Now, I just listed a bunch of stuff, so I don't really, I'm just, I mean, even though we're at the section of community updates, I don't know right now. This is our working session, so I don't really quite know what's going to go in there, but I'm just going to throw out a bunch of stuff, and we can organize it. So, one of the things that that I want to do as far as let's see, is I hope to have a date by the next meeting of when they're going to put us on the calendar for court resurfacing.
Mm-hmm.
He did tell me about mid-June, but he had, because it took us so long to secure the bid, he was accepting other jobs. So that's what I want to do. That'll be one of the things here. Let me secure date for tennis court resurfacing, and also name the company. I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name right now. Jerry's our contact, but so I want to thank the tennis committee. And then
Southeastern Tennis.
Southeastern. All right. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Southeastern Tennis. They run Parker Road tennis courts now. They have that contract, and so and what I'll do is I'll give highlight the contract. What I mean is just tell them what. I'm writing this down too. I'm sorry. So that'll be the monthly maintenance and resurface cost and other upgrades. Scoreboard. They're going to paint the light post black again because they're rusting up at the top. So I'll just kind of pull the highlights out of that contract. So that's the tennis update. All right, let me scratch this off my list here. Tennis update. Playground next to pool. So the update will be we will get it pressure wash. and mulch refreshed. And all of this will be done by pool opening.
Yep. Want to welcome our second viewer. Welcome. If you are on the Google Hangouts page, you should be able to, ask a question on the left-hand side. There's a button that says Q&A, and then it will open up a window to the right where you can actually write a question. So let me know if there's any issues. Either after the meeting, you can contact me afterwards, or through our Facebook page, or maybe send around a message saying you're having issues.
Okay, good. Welcome. Let's see here. Another community update is pool. So, Junior, I think this also is a good opportunity so we can talk about the pool opening. So, the opening, we'll go over the rules again, pool rules. Yeah, I want to post that on Facebook as well, and maybe we can send an e-blast, have Rhonda to send an e-blast out about the pool rules, because we really want to ensure that that's enforced, and that we, we're going to be really particular about that with the pool rules. Now, what we need to talk about are when we can. Well, if we just stay focused on the pool, we'll just talk about opening the pool rules, and then we want to talk about the opportunity for water aerobics.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say swim lessons too, Junior?
We may not necessarily have to do it this year, but it's just
Okay.
an idea. So let's try maybe just one or two things.
Okay.
And then if it works and people are actually responsive to it, we can actually maybe open it up.
Okay. Opening of the pool rules, water aerobics. Now, Junior, do we want? I think you did a slide to me and Yvonne about the how we going to do some cost savings this summer that might help us with our activities, like water aerobics, and we need to also talk about the grand opening, the pool. So so Yvonne, Junior, y'all get ready to chime in with that. That's probably going to need to be a working discussion there. But you did a presentation, and maybe I know you had a couple of slides for being detailed for me and Yvonne, so we could really understand it. But I think it'd be really good for us to show our homeowners what kind of savings that we're looking to kind of to get this summer, based on the changes that we are making for our pool monitor. And I think that'd be a good opportunity for you to present that, and then that might segue into what we want to do, which is so maybe after the pool rules, maybe we talk about financial savings, and then financial savings will lead to the activities we want to do, which is water aerobics, which you pretty much decided. But the other one is, I think we're all excited about doing maybe the grand opening. The question comes in, the resources behind that, at what level we want to go to, because right now it's just me, you, and Yvonne that's doing this, and we would highly recommend some folks, be open to folks coming to help us, kind of plan this and how big we want to go. So that's a discussion that we definitely, we definitely need to talk about. I don't know if we want to keep going and we come back to that. What are your thoughts on that, Yvonne, Junior?
Well, I don't know. I guess we could come back to it.
Okay. Okay. So let's keep going down updates. So let's see here.
Want to welcome our third viewer. Again, if you are on the Google Plus page, there is a Q&A icon on the left. It's teal or blue, and that should actually give you the opportunity to ask a question. If you ask a question, we'll be able to answer it on the call.
Good deal. Welcome viewers. We appreciate you coming in. Okay, so on updates, graduation banner. We've sent the e-blast out that the deadline is Monday. And so by the time we have our meeting, the banner should be up. So what I need from this board here is how are we going to do the banner? So we have one already that says congratulate. Last year the board had a generic one that just says congratulations graduates. We've already decided that we're going to do a different one. We're going to utilize it, so we're not throwing it away. So we have a second, well, we got 4 entrances, but probably the most used second entrance is reflection going into Summit Creek. So we can put it there. We can put the generic one there, and then the one in the front, which is the names from the students, the people who submitted. We want to put that on the front, and that's going to go in the very front of the community. The thing that Rhonda needs to know are
Yvonne, is Arthur frozen for you?
Yes. Yeah.
there.
Oh, he's back. Let's see.
Huh?
Hey Arthur, we had some technical difficulties. Last thing we heard was we put the specific one in the front.
Okay. All right. So we'll put the specific one in the front, and what we need from this board is to instruct Rhonda. Are we going to do a one banner that says congratulations graduates with everybody's name on there, adults who are graduating with their degrees, kids, or are we going to do a separation like congratulate Salem graduates, and that'll be everybody from Salem High School, and then we can do other graduates under, and that could be everybody else. Because I do know that Rhonda said that there is one adult she's gotten, that she's received. So it's up to you. I mean, I'm flexible. I like the fact that we just put names out there, so I'm pleased with that. My vote, I would go with Salem graduates, and then I would do other graduates like at the bottom, and then I would put their name. And if we,
You're speaking about like Rockdale High School?
Huh?
I think we have someone from Rockdale High School.
Oh, we do have magnet school people here, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can say congratulations high school graduates.
I think, yeah, so we don't, we're not isolating anyone.
Okay, so we can say congratulations high school graduates, and then we can say college graduates.
And other graduates, yes. And you're putting the names of the other graduates.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll put the names, and if we got some room, we can either say Yvonne Lee BS, or BA.
Right.
Because we know that's a college, or what have you. I'm flexible. We just need to be.
I think we should. I think it should be what we said. Include congratulations, graduates, so we don't isolate anyone.
Okay.
By saying just Salem High School.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
So high school graduates and then other graduates or college graduates?
College.
College, okay, all right. All right, okay, so that's what we need to tell Rhonda because she sent us an email today. All right, so graduate banners. So I'll just say installed in front and installed in back.
Right. I want to ask you something when you're through with that. What's the status of the walking group?
Yep, I was going to get to that. That's good. I'm glad you brought that up. I think that should be, yeah. I was going to ask Junior, is there? I've got it here on my notes here of walking committee. You think we'll have a report ready by then? Because this will be the last meeting that we have before September. So what do you think?
Yeah, so what we can do is actually I know when I mentioned it casually to a few people, they were up to the idea. So what I can do is actually put feelers out on Facebook, try to get how many people are actually interested in being on the committee, so we can have at least a pool of people initially. Get their ideas on when they want to walk, schedule, set out a path. Try to figure out what the requirements are first from a small group of people before we present to the large people. So yeah, by time the meeting is on the 19th, hopefully I can reach out to at least 4 or 5 people that are interested in walking.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're definitely doing it this year.
Okay, good deal. All right, another update. Highway 20. Left turn. I forgot what we called it. The Highway 20 left turn only. Mark contacted the state. They did the test. They have 30 more days. They did it about 60 days ago, and they told him that it is going to take 90 days. And so they said that they'll get back to us in 30 days for an update. Junior, Yvonne?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Hey, I'm just saying that because I want to make sure I ain't losing y'all.
Right.
No problem.
All right, so that's
good.
Yeah, and if we get any more update, Mark will let me know before the meeting. But right now, as of when he called the other day, they told him that they're going to take the full 90 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The other update is the fountain, not fountain, no, but the markers on the ground, the dividers. The county is going to do it. They agreed to do it. They're going to refresh it, and they're going to put reflectors on there.
Okay.
That's the good news. The bad news is that I thought they would have done it by now because they did tell us that they were going to put us on the schedule within the next 30 days, and that 30 days have passed. So Mark is going to follow up with them to see where we are. So again, the good news is it's going to happen. It's going to happen professionally, and the reflectors will go on there.
Okay.
And reflectors. I'm just taking some notes here. Let me look back at my notes here. Updates. The updates. All right. That I think the rest of my stuff that I have on here are probably things that we just need to. They wouldn't be updates. I guess they would be maybe action items that we probably need to talk about.
What about the newcomers that we went to see? that we visited.
Say that again.
The
Say it again, Yvonne.
The newcomers that we visited on March 19th. We did the newcomers on March 19th. Want to update on that?
The newcomers. You mean the homes that you and I visited?
Yes.
Do we have their names?
Yes.
Maybe we can tell them. Maybe we can update that. Who came? Who we visited last on our new
homeowners
visit. Yeah. Is that okay?
Wait, say that again.
I said, is that okay? We just introduce the folks that house we went over.
Oh, okay. Providing they're at the meeting, is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, it's up to you. We can either just read their names off whether they show up or not.
Okay, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah,
okay.
Keep in mind that they don't necessarily might be live. They might be online, or they might watch it later. So it's a good thing to actually call, congratulate them for moving in.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So we're going to so welcome new home. Yvonne, you still have that list?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Let's see here. Any other things that you all think that we can add?
I mean, other than the maintenance things that we've been doing, some people may not have known that, we repaired the tennis court gates. Some people may not have known that, we did some work around the fountain. I mean, if you sure.
Hold on, I'm writing this down. Hold on. What did you say? The tennis courts gate?
Yeah. So the fence blew down.
Oh yeah. Okay. Do you remember the cost on that?
I don't remember the cost. We can look it up.
Okay. We can look it up later. Okay. What was the other one?
Was it between last meeting we actually cut down some of the trees, or was it before?
That was before.
Okay, then scrap that.
Yvonne, can you think of anything else?
I think we should encourage participation in committees. And, an ongoing thing, because we're 7 months into the new board, and we still, we don't have any real active committees.
Yeah, I'll bring that up in a committee update. This right here, I'm just going to do this is just a general update right here.
Okay.
So I guess the next thing that we can talk about. Let's move the committee up there. So ARC, what we can do is just, since the last meeting, how many updates that we had, how many requests we've had. And Junior, I think this would be a good opportunity to kind of continue to educate people on, this is the busiest time where, the summertime is when people want to do fences and put stuff in their yard. I think it'd be good for us to just kind of first warn them not to just do it on their own. And then two, kind of explain the process to them. And three, kind of what the ARC is looking for that will make the decision-making process quicker, smoother, things like that. And I think that has to do with the request form and giving as much detail as possible. When they want to paint, use the color patterns. You know, I don't know if we've, you know, I think there's something in our bylaws that talks about paint and trying to keep it as the closest color to your current home. Definitely, if you want to change colors, those are kind of things that we need to know, and we need swatches or what have you. But again, I think Junior, you should take this one and run with this one and just you know, just really kind of share, you know, what is it that we're looking for, and then also that's probably another pitch for you to say that the ARC is wide open and we're looking for volunteers, you know. So, Junior, you got that. You know what I was thinking about so the new home, Yvonne, that we just said we're going to do in the general updates. Why don't we do that in the in this committee update, and then you read that off.
Okay.
So after ARC, what do we call that committee? Welcome committee?
Yes.
Okay. And what after you tell them who we visited, or maybe before that, maybe don't you still have a template or a blueprint of one, a package?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So maybe what you can do, okay, so because some people might not even really know what's in the package. So why don't you just say, just FYI, what goes on in the package is a welcome letter. And Junior, if you want to, maybe we can put that on the screen while Yvonne is talking, and people can just kind of briefly look at, you know, the letter. I mean, I think it's a really good letter, and I think it represents us very well, and it'd just be something to show. What do you think?
Fair enough. Yeah. Anything we can put on.
That sounds good.
Yep. All right. So you ain't got to go into no major detail. You can just say this is what we have in here. Just real simple.
And the other thing, I haven't received. We haven't had any newcomers since April 1st. Since March 1st.
Do we need to?
Don't have any. So
okay.
I should be getting an update from Rhonda from April 1st to May 1st. Actually, April 4th to May 4th.
Okay.
And a couple should be letting me know if we have any newcomers so that we can get ready for the new round.
That'll be good. Why don't you send her email and just ask her to make sure.
Right. So at least if you don't fall behind.
Right, exactly. So that's the ARC committee, the welcome committee, beautification committee. Tony Berry has volunteered to help me out with this. He didn't necessarily want to lead it, but he is sending out the e-blast to people, and I know we've had two, and I know I participated in the first one. The last one I think I had a funeral to go to, but so I do appreciate him doing that, and I want to acknowledge Tony and for, you know, his stepping up and helping us out in this time of need for the beautification committee. And we had a couple people when we came out. We had about, I think it was like 4 or 5. So this last one I didn't follow him to see how many people showed up.
Oh, that's frozen.
Yeah.
All right.
Arthur, you went dark again. The last thing we heard is, you know, we try to reach out to a few folks.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. What I'm saying is that we will, at the meeting, we'll acknowledge Tony, and then we will ask folks to, participate if they can. And for those who we don't have email information on, we'll get that information, and we will add it to that email distribution.
When is the walking? Is it like scheduled for every other Saturday? Like, what's the schedule?
It is every other Saturday, and I don't think it's this Saturday. I think it may be the 14th, but we can verify that and communicate that at the meeting, at the HOA meeting.
Okay. We should also put that on Facebook, right?
Yes, yes. And maybe if we just go ahead and put the dates out for the summer, that helps too as well.
Yeah.
Junior, this is where we will add this walking committee update, okay?
Okay.
So that'll be back with you. Look at my list of stuff that I don't know. Also, Junior, we are talking about the ARC. Do you want to talk about the yard of the month? Are we gonna go back to that?
Yeah. We should definitely keep the yard of the month. I don't know, if I don't know who was handling the previous, sponsorship through Lowe's, who the contact was. So I guess we have to follow up with Rhonda to find out who that contact is to see if we can keep the sponsorship going. Even if we can't get the sponsorship, I think we should still continue, even if it's, it's what, like 4 or 5 months for the I think it's till September. We give the last one. So I think we should still even, to continue the actual, spirit of Yard of the Month. If we don't get the sponsorship, which I think we might have to, I'm proposing to actually get the gift cards ourselves.
Okay.
It was what, $25, right?
$25.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. So we will. If you, I'm gonna leave that open. Yvonne, Junior, if y'all can think of any other committee updates, then let me know. Next heading right now, for the sake of this meeting, I'm just gonna call it board suggestion or board whatever. This is thing that I want to do is I want to stress lawn manicure. Cutting the bushes, and that after 30 days, lawn care is not being of that self-help and build back to them. I just want to. This is more of a just stressing to them how important for the curb appeal. Pavers. So we've had a lot of problems around the fountain. Okay, we went from years ago where we had wooden posts. They've been knocked down. We took them out. out just last year, and we see that they're being dug into the grass. And to recently, the other day, someone had hit it so hard that it actually rolled out in the street. Somebody went and pushed it back in the grass, but again, I guess what I'm saying is I don't know any other fix other than I'm suggesting that we get a bid on pavers that go from Fall River all the way around Half Moon, just think of a Half Moon Crescent, to whatever that other street across that connects to that other subdivision. And all I'm talking about is pavers that will take up the grass that will lead up to the flower. So I'm not talking about taking the flower bed out or anything like that. So either pavers probably will be much cheaper than putting cement there, but I'm willing to get a bid from both to see. I think the pavers will look much more nicer. But we've got to do something because people are rolling over it, and it just looks bad, and so that's my suggestion that we look at getting some bids to go around the fountain.
Yeah, and because this is gonna be one of
I
the
don't hear anything.
yeah, same, because this is probably gonna be one of the central projects that affects a lot of people, especially curb appeal. Whatever designs we get, we should put it out there for everyone. We can get their feedback. So we don't necessarily have to do it this year, but we can probably do it a few months from now if we actually the bids look reasonable. So at least it goes through the due diligence just to make sure people like it.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, we'll just put it out there and see what folks are thinking, and just that's good. I mean, sounds like the board is we're definitely interested in a solution, so that's good. Another thing that Rhonda, well, I don't know if you all read the email today from Rhonda, where the person from the pool from Shane Collins came in, and she said she went into the pool room and she said there was some damage done. Well, I'm thinking that we need to. I think we discussed it one time before, where those doors need to be maybe purchased. Uh-oh. Did you lose me?
No, it's breaking up,
Okay.
but we can hear you.
Okay. Maybe investing in some new doors and maybe another padlock there. And I mean, I don't know what kind of damage they really were talking about, but I really do have a concern about that door and how flimsy it is. So I just think we need to invest in some new doors, and then we can, carefully monitor who goes in and out. I don't know if we need to put an indoor camera in there. I don't think we're at that. I don't know if we're at that level yet where we need to do that. I just think, for one, we need to purchase some, get some doors out there that can withstand a good. I believe with me, I can push that thing, and I think I can knock that door down as flimsy as it is. So, what are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, well, I think we can get some bids on what something more
Reliable.
yeah, secure.
Okay, and Rhonda said that she's going to talk to Wolf Security, and about getting us bids on the fence, the gate. So that's what we can work on. It's there. Let me look at my notes here. And then finally, 2 people have reached back out to me about speaking. Our clerk wants to come back, and our commissioner, chairman, wants to come back, Commissioner Nesbitt. 2 things. I mean, that will actually be the last week of voting. So he's just their purpose is to, 1, encourage people to vote who haven't voted, and then of course, talk about their platform. But again, they will be on at the very end, like that, like it was last time. And I like that because if people want to ask them questions, it'll be fresh on their minds, and they can stay after and just ask them. And then that's it. I think we had a nice transition out of the meeting, closing the meeting last time with the sheriff and candidate for Commissioner Tua Barley. So I think we transitioned quite well. And that would be the agenda.
I want to ask, do you think it should be brought up about the cameras? The TV and the TV for those people who didn't see it on Facebook or who might have missed it.
I didn't even think about that. Junior, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Huh?
That's a good idea, actually.
Okay, then. So, I don't know. Let me see. I don't know where that would go. I mean, we can put that in this board suggestions area. I mean, one thing I'm gonna have to tell them that we have not committed to nothing, or no one has. The sheriff hadn't even brought it here. This is just something he wants to do. So, Junior, if we could pull that clip and run it, and then we can have just a very, very brief discussion about it. Good idea, Vaughn.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Especially for those who didn't see this or who don't see it on Facebook.
Say that again.
I said, especially for those folks who don't have access to Facebook and who might have missed it on TV.
Yes. Okay. All right. So if we go backwards, there are 2 things that we need to kind of talk about that I guess we need to figure out. When we originally talked about the pool, I know, Junior, you had some reservations. This doesn't have to be a decision made. We can just kind of tell them this is all tentative. But we were toying around with we had a pool. You heard me?
Yeah, I heard you.
So I don't know if we want to just put it out there. This is kind of what we talked about. Our fear is the cost. There's a lot of contingencies there. I guess probably the biggest contingent, is, I think we all agree that the pool party is something that we want to do. So maybe depending on that determines whether what we do later in the summer. I don't know. Do we just tell them that's something we still are contemplating, and it's just tabled for maybe 30 days out? We'll come back and revisit it, and that we just say that and then move on.
Yeah. So a big push of high visibility projects. Because it actually boosts morale, it boosts the confidence in the homeowners when they actually see things like this happening in their subdivision. So looking at the savings, you know, if we looked at the contract that we saved, you know, roughly $2,500, we can then take that $2,500 and do things over the course of the year, right? If we do that one movie night, and I'm just gonna say, you know, the cost might be very expensive. If we do that and we flop, then it's gonna look really bad. But what we can do is can have potentially two, I wouldn't call it large events, but reasonably large events, and then throughout the whole summer, then we have you know, much smaller events. So things I was thinking about, like small events that will cost almost nothing, is a ice cream social. So we can have an ice cream social for the kids, you know, when they're at the pool, and that would just cost, you know, some ice cream and some cones. We can also do things like you know, a pizza party at the pool. You know, depending on how many people RSVP, might cost, you know, 100, 200 bucks. Things like you know, the you know, like the giveaway for the back to school for the students, you know, for the year, if they write an essay or do something. We have to find a way how to limit it, because, you know, with 339 homes, we can't give backpacks to everybody, so we have to do something to limit the people who get something. You know, we might say, hey, you know, the first 20 people who write a good essay or something, whatever it is, and each bag may cost, say, for example, you know, 10 bucks worth of goodies inside. So what we can do is then have the two larger events, the pool opening and the pool closing, and with those, it just seems like through the whole summer a lot is going on. And you know, I think if we keep within that $2,500 budget, I think we can kind of justify the cost that, hey, we saved it in one place and we're reinvesting back in the community. It might make more sense.
Okay, that's good. I like that. That's. I mean, I didn't think about that. That's cool.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the final thing that we needed to talk about was this opening day pool party. So if we do this, are we looking at maybe calling a company and they just cook hamburgers, hot dogs? That's it? Maybe turkey burgers for those who don't eat beef, and then, you know, then hot dogs. I mean, that seems like that's the most economical cookout. And, you know, you got, and then we just buy chips instead of doing fries. And you know, you got buns and you got all the you know, the accoutrements that come with that. Yeah.
Would be opening day or sometime that weekend?
Well, opening day is Saturday before Memorial Day, so if we do it, I would probably, I mean, I would think Saturday. I mean,
because everybody will be doing something on Monday, or Sunday and Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to do, I mean, maybe Saturday we do it early, like something like 12 to 4. So we, you know, because I know we got things to do. Or we can do it, yeah, 12 to 4 or 11 to 3, something like that. And then maybe we can find a DJ. I can find a DJ. I know this guy. I don't know if he lives in Conyers, but he does DJ around here. He can, and he has DJ for my buddy daughter who had a graduation party, and the music was great. So I need to talk to him about his price, but I mean, I ain't got to worry about no explicit languages or anything like that.
Yeah, I think if we actually set a budget, it would make all of this easier. So, you know, if we were to say, hey, you know, let's go to $3,000 for the whole summer for everything. And if we're gonna do a opening event, do you think a closing event also makes sense?
I mean, we can do that.
The closing event could that's when we could give out the back to school stuff.
Well, no, the closing happens after.
That's true. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because you remember right now students go to school in July.
That's
Yeah, and yeah, that's something we can
All
yeah.
right. So then, if that's the case, then we can say, if we're going for a $3,000 budget for the whole summer, we can say, hey, you know what, an opening and closing party might be in the where of, $500 to $800.
Hmm.
Then that would leave us, anywhere from 2,000 to what's that, 816. That's another so $1,400 to do the other n number of activities throughout the summer.
Yeah. So Junior, why don't we do this? I like us doing this. I think what we can do is at the meeting, open it up and see if we have any volunteers to help us plan this, and put it out on Facebook, and let's just give them like essentially 1 week for those who want to volunteer, because obviously the first party is the Saturday of the opening of the pool. So worst case scenario, we as the board will have to plan that, but hopefully we will have a committee in place that will jump in that can help us plan the remaining for the remaining of the summer.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, anybody involved, it takes a lot of work off of us. I agree.
Yeah. So let me share with you what I have right quick, and then so I have a welcome. Then we're going to do a recap, slides 4 through 6 of the previous meeting. We're going to do a community update, tennis committee, highlight the contract, see if we can have a date for the resurfacing. Number 2, the playground, pressure wash, mulch, refresh. I have a date, but it definitely be done by the pool opening. 3, we're going to talk about the pool opening, the pool rules. Then we're going to talk about financial savings. And then on the financial savings, we're going to talk about the events, water aerobics, pool party, opening and closing, ice cream, pizza parties. 4, graduate banner. 5, Highway 20 project update. Fountain dividers, street dividers by the fountain. And tennis court gate update, the cost. Then we'll move to a committee update, ARC. Junior talk about that, how the request, how to do the request, what we're looking for, soliciting volunteers, yard of the month. Yvonne, welcome, committee. Who we visited last, those 5 folks that we visited, and just kind of go over high level what's in the packet, maybe even put the letter on the screen. They can take a few seconds to read that. Beautification, acknowledging Tony, thanking him and appreciating him his time for doing that. Also, we'll be putting the dates on Facebook. Let me break that down. Walking committee, we hope to have an update by then. Board suggestions, actions/actions. We're going to stress lawn manicure, bushes, not properly taken care of. Self-help will get involved, and will be billed back to the homeowner. accidents around the fountain. So we're looking at potential of doing pavers around the fountain. If we do pavers with designs, we will involve the community. We'll get bids and, be a project later on towards the end of the year. Doors at the pool house and the gates reinforced or fixed. We will be working on that. And then a Rockdale County update, community, I call that a political update. So we'll have two guests, Commissioner Oz Nesbitt and Clerk of Courts Ruth Wilson. Oh, I'm sorry. In the board suggestions, the fifth thing is interview with CBS to talk about the license plate readers. I'm sorry. I got that on there, Yvonne. I think I forgot. So that's what I have right now as a shell, as a template of what I think we can discuss. If there's anything else that we come up, even for the viewers that are online, if there's some things that you want to talk about. Oh, actually, I do. I want to add one more thing. I want to make sure that although we only had one person that disagreed with how it was done, I just want to ask the community how do they feel about the e-blast that went out, and is there a better way they feel like we can communicate the challenges, of anyone coming in our neighborhood that doesn't belong, that looks suspicious. Is there a better way, appropriate way, or a way that they like to see it? I'm just really trying to get their perspective, their point of view. And if no one had a challenge or anything, that'll be good. I mean, and I think that will tie right on the end. I can make that tie right on the end with our license plate reader. Interview from CBS.
One thing I wanted to add, we have to ensure that the keys are working to get into the pool.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what else we're forgetting too? I'm glad you brought that up. Do we want Rhonda to do a financial update?
Always.
Okay. So right after, so we'll just do right after the general updates. We can do a financial update. Okay.
The reason I mention that, you don't want anyone soon after opening day going down and then they can't get in. They can't get into the pool because whatever reason.
Yeah, and that's gonna be good segue. That's why I want to do hers right after ours, because what I want her to say is if you haven't paid your dues, I mean your key fob your pool fob is going to be deactivated, and until you
Yvonne, is he gone for you?
He's back, frozen.
Sorry guys, we're having some technical difficulties. I think we lost him, but I think what he's trying to say is, we want to make sure we explain to the homeowners that if they try to use their key card at the pool, or they try to use their key card at a tennis court, if your dues are not up to date, or you're in some kind of arrears or violation or something, then you have to contact Rhonda to actually either become current, or also to figure out why your key card is not working. So you can actually follow up with Rhonda on that one.
Okay.
Don't worry, Arthur. I filled in for you while you're gone.
Thank you. Way to go, teammate. Okay. I think yeah, I lost my train of thought. So if there's any other questions about that, I mean, I guess we'll talk about it at the meeting, but it's going to come up because Rhonda's going to bring that up with the financial piece. So I think we'll just be prepared to tackle whatever questions may come up with that.
No problem. Okay.
But I know there were people that paid their dues last year that couldn't use the key for some reason. It wasn't working, so that's why I brought that up.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Well, I don't have anything else. Junior, did anybody come up with any questions?
Yeah, I did not see any questions. To the online viewers, it seems that there's 3 of you guys. If you're interested in actually asking a question, if you're watching on YouTube, there is a link. You know, you probably closed it, but to actually go to the the Hangouts page. If you are on the Hangouts page, you'll actually see the interactive version where you can actually ask a question. If you're not, keep in mind it's only live, so if you're watching after, you will not be able to ask questions. So if you want, you can actually ask questions. We'll give you about a minute or so while I'm talking. And if any questions come in, we'll try to answer them. If there are no questions, then that's it. Again, we want to thank you for actually joining. You know, we've come a long way from having board meetings at homes where the homeowners weren't actually invited. Then we went to the church to actually try to have homeowners come out, and we know that was kind of helpful, but sometimes you want to watch it afterwards. So now we're trying a bit of technology to allow you to watch it from the at your own leisure. So afterwards you'll have the videos to watch at any time. So I think we've given enough time. There are no questions, so we can go ahead and if there's anything else, we can actually close the call.
Okay. All right. Well, good night, everyone. And again, thank you to our online viewers for coming out. We really appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you at the association meeting on the 19th.
Yeah. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to actually introduce ourselves.
Well, good night. I'm Yvonne Lee.
Yeah, right. Good night. I'm Martha Reese.
Good night. I am Junior Clark. Thanks. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.